Today I'm looking at road food, and I've come to the best service station in the whole of the UK. This place isn't like any other service station. I recently went to Norton Keynes and it was just a procession of fast food joints. That's basically what we've got to in the UK. Everybody just wants to go in, grab something quick, doesn't really matter whether it's healthy as long as it fills you up, and then get back on the road. But this place is totally different because it's independently owned. When the M6 was first built, it went across a lot of farmland and all the farmers had to sell their land on a compulsory purchase. But the farmers in this area decided that they didn't want somebody coming in and setting up a service station. They were going to do it differently. They were going to do it themselves. So this place is more like a farm shop rather than a fast food joint. So let's go inside and check out exactly what Tebay Services is all about and what the food is like, because that's basically what we're here to test out. Is it like farm produce, or is it going to be just the same as every other service station? Let's go and see. Okay, so I've now got my food. Well, it's relatively early in the morning here, so I've gone for a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea, but I've also bought a couple of things from the delicatessen because I thought it was worth trying out some of the different produce just to see what it's like. Let's start off with the bacon sandwich. Now, this is obviously standard fare, but not here. So you go to the counter and the guy has an actual loaf of bread, so that's come from the bakery. He then slices the loaf. You can see the slices are incredibly thick, so this bread has obviously just been cut really thick. So doorstop sandwich, so great, I do like a doorstop sandwich. Then he puts the bacon inside. I actually thought he was a bit skimpy with the bacon, so we'll have a look. I got 3 pieces, it's quite small, so you can see that the bacon doesn't actually cover all of the bread. So, a bit disappointed with that. I mean, I've removed this, you can see there's large sections of the bread that just doesn't have any bacon on it at all. Bacon itself looks okay. This is definitely the poshest sauce I've ever seen in my life. It's come in a sachet, but it's a really big sachet. It's about 4 times bigger than a normal, and it's stoked tomato ketchup. So let's see what it's like. I have no idea what it tastes like, but there's certainly a lot of it. There's actually more sauce than bacon on this sandwich, but I'll just roll with the punches and go with that. I've got 2 of these, but I certainly don't need the second one. There's so much, look, there's so much sauce on that now. So let's see what this sandwich tastes like. And actually, it's falling apart a little bit, the bread, but I mean, the bread to bacon ratio is not what I would normally have. I'd rather have less bread, more bacon. So the ratio's all out. It just tastes mostly of bread, and it's quite a thick, doughy bread. It's mostly tastes of bread and sauce. I can hardly taste the bacon, to be honest. That's not the best bacon sandwich I've ever had. The bacon's cold as well. So the place looks great. The food, a bit underwhelming. I bought a cup of tea as well. This is how they serve it. So again, very posh. It's in a glass mug. Looks great. I mean, this is the sort of thing I'd expect in a country cafe if I was going for lunch, not in a service station. So it's a little bit mind-bending that I'm in a service station. Now, in terms of the price, this bacon sandwich and tea, £10.75. That is an expensive bacon sandwich, particularly because it's only got 3 pieces of bacon in it and too much bread. So very expensive for an underwhelming bacon sandwich. Now, let me just put that to one side for a moment because I bought a couple of other things from the shop because I thought, why not? One of the things I decided to buy was a sausage roll. Now this sausage roll is absolutely huge. I mean, it's so packed with meat. Normally when you get a sausage roll, they're much smaller than this. This is massive, and they don't have this much meat in them. And this was £3.85. So let me just take a piece off this, because it does look quite good. There's a lot more meat in this sausage roll than there is in my bacon sandwich. Well, that's packed full of flavour, really densely filled. It's quite dry meat as well, so there's no filler in there. They haven't put any unnatural ingredients just to pad it out. There's definitely no fat. It tastes very lean, nicely spiced, really good. You can see here from the cut, there's still lots of meat in there. That's good. Quite expensive though for a sausage roll. Now, I also went to the delicatessen and bought a couple of cakes, just to show you what you can get here and see what they're like. Now, this is a very nice presentation. Again, this is the sort of thing I'd expect from a high-end store, maybe if you go to a cake store. And I bought two cakes here. You can see I've got an orange chocolate macaron, which is huge, and a lemon meringue pie. So we start off with the macaron. And look at this thing. I mean, it's a work of art. It's absolutely amazing. I think, just to remind you, I'm in a service station. This is on the M6 motorway. I just bought this. Now, this was really expensive. This was £3.85. It's the same price as the sausage roll. But it is a work of art. It is quite incredible. Let me have a bite of that. Let me take the silver thing off the bottom. And I get caught out of that. I've got a sweet tooth. That is really tasty. Orangey, chocolatey, crunchy, really good proportions. Really, that is very nice. We'll try this lemon meringue pie. I may have to use my fork for this because I think it's a bit softer. Let me get it out of here. I think it's on. There we go. Just put it on the serviette. So this looks great. I mean, this was actually on offer at £1.75, so a really good deal. Let's just cut into it. Wow, it's really soft. So, wow, the pastry looks really soft. That's very tasty, really nice, and a real deal at £1.75. But overall, the food here, it's very high quality, apart from the bacon sandwich, which is quite low quality. Very disappointed with that, but it's really expensive. It's not like any service station I've ever seen before in my life. So my overall assessment of this place is, it is amazing, it's incredible. As a building, it looks outstanding. It doesn't look like any service station I've ever seen before. It's so clean and bright, and it's just like a farm shop. If you went to a really expensive farm shop, this is exactly what you'd expect. So you'd expect to pay a lot of money for a bacon sandwich. You'd expect to buy these lovely cakes and sausage rolls and spend a fortune. These three things here cost me about, well, over £10, which is a lot of money just for when you're stopping off just for a bite to eat to keep yourself going, a bit of sustenance. So my overall assessment of this place is that it is incredible, it's amazing. The family that own it is independent. They're running it as a local produce shop, so it's meant to be designed to be very different to every service station. So big tick in the box for that. Fantastic. The quality of the food here is incredible. It's amazing what you can buy here. You could do your whole weekly shop. You could come and do all your lovely nibbly shopping for Christmas here if you wanted to. It would cost you a fortune though. It's really expensive. It's quite difficult to get to because it's really far north in the M6. But the bottom line in terms of the food, the bacon sandwich that I was given, overpriced, not enough bacon in it, the bread not to my taste, very disappointed. So just to stop off for somewhere quick to grab something to eat, I think this place isn't delivering. I think in terms of being a local produce supermarket and somewhere nice to shop, yeah, great, it's good for that. But I think it's a service station. I'm probably leaning towards some of the other service stations actually doing a better job than this one. This feels a little bit too upmarket, a bit too expensive, and not the sort of place where you want to come and just grab something to eat and go. This is maybe a destination venue if you want to come and have a little day out at the cafe and buy some nice treats, but I don't think it's what you really want. So the market usually determines what people want, and the market has told the people who are running these places that fast food, something on the go, something quick and easy is what people want. This type of food is great, but I don't think you want to be having it on your way somewhere else. So my overall assessment of this place is it looks great, it's got some great offerings here, but I don't think it's what you want when you're just stopping along the roadside. So for me, if I'm scoring this as a service station, well, the ambience and the location and the way it's been built, 10 out of 10. The food offering, I don't think matches what you really want. So whilst the quality of food is good, it's expensive, I'm probably going to give this a 7 out of 10. So that's actually less than I gave to Norton Keynes, which is more of a traditional, but it's on the M6 toll road, so it is quite well, it's quite well built, and it does do a good job, and you can only go on it if you paid the toll. But I think Norton Keynes is actually preferable to coming and stopping here. So hopefully you've enjoyed seeing this totally different type of service station. If you want to come to it, it's really far up the M6, so book it in when you're travelling up here. Thank you for watching all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again on the next video. Wow, this is not like anything that I've seen. We've got some nice fresh produce here, and all of the produce here is independently sourced from local producers. So they try to pick up things from within a 30-mile radius. So just step forward. So we go into the general food hall. This is very different. This feels a bit more like something you'd see in Harrods or Selfridges. It's like a really posh food hall. So we start off, we've got coffees, pastries and cakes here. So we've got a selection of freshly baked produce, scones, cakes. It really looks quite nice. I mean, this is like a delicatessen. It's amazing. Let's have a look at the prices. So Americano, $3.65, latte, $4.25, mocha, $4.50. So not particularly cheap, but it looks really good quality. Over here we've got sandwiches, salads and soups. These guys are just setting up because it's quite early in the morning. You can see they're making some stuff, but it looks really, really nice. Over on this side we've got roasts, bakes and puddings. So it's still a little bit early, but they're serving hot breakfast here. So you can see the breakfast, we've got Tebay breakfast, £12.75, farmer's breakfast, £14.65, veggie breakfast, £10.50. Over on this side we've got some homemade chips and sauces, or the hot sandwiches here, and one. Wow, this place is quite incredible. Really impressed with the general layout here. There's also a shop. Let's go and have a look at the farm shop. So you can see here, coming up to Halloween, so there's a lot of pumpkins on display. So it's the sort of thing you would see in a really nice sort of whole food posh shop. Yeah, pretty impressive. Let's go in. Got a whole load of fresh eggs here from local farmers. Nice. We can buy lots of fresh meat, so it's basically like a butchery. So we've got burgers, sausages. I mean, this is the sort of thing that you would get at a farmer's market. Very, very impressive. Lots of fresh cakes. This is like a bakery in itself, and this is just in the actual shop. And then there's lots of locally sourced produce. So this feels like a very upmarket store. The type of thing you get in Whole Foods or Waitrose, one of the really posh supermarkets. Then we've got some clothing in here as well, again produced from local producers. So there's a lot of sheep in this area, so you find lots of wool products. Yeah, this is not like the sort of thing that you see in most motorway service stations where it's a lot of tat or just things that are designed to catch the kids' attention and get them to buy something. So got some toys here, educational items, lots and lots of different things. Go through and have a look at the back end of the shop. So now it's like we're into a real shop. This is the type of thing that you would see maybe in a garden centre where you have local produce, where people are making pots and teapots, mugs. Got a whole selection of cheeses here. Wow, there's better cheeses than we've got in my whole supermarket at home. I mean, there must be 30, 40, 50, well, maybe more types of cheese. And then we've got locally produced meats. So this is really very impressive. And pasta sauces. Well, I'm really quite blown away by this place in terms of what's available here. Now I've got a whole load of bread. Let's look at the bread. It's spiced apple sourdough. Wow, that's quite impressive. Rosemary and sea salt focaccia, cheese and garlic focaccia, jalapeno, cheese and chili sourdough. Have you ever seen anything like this at a service station? This is like going to a farmer's market. It really is quite incredible. It just goes on and on. But there's now fresh cheese counter. Tons of cheeses that you can buy by the pound, so you can just get them cut up. And we've got olives, muffins, homemade sausage rolls. Wow, look at these sausage rolls, they're incredible. Apple-topped pork pies, pork stilton and red onion. Wow, I've not seen a selection of pies like that before. It's really quite impressive. Just wanted to run back and have a look at these cakes up here. Wow, I mean, this is incredible in terms of all the different food that is available here. I'm really amazed at what you can buy in here. And then of course there's a butcher's, so we've got some biltong dried meats, some here, and then we've got an actual genuine butcher. They can see that they're actually cutting up meat here, preparing the meat. Wow, amazing. We've got a whole selection of different cuts of meat. So you do your weekly shop here. It's not just the service station that you stop off to have something to eat at. This is, you could load up for the whole week. So absolutely incredible. And then there's a whole fridge full of the meat products that have been prepared by those butchers. So you've got burgers, meatballs, sausages, all different types of shapes and size of sausage. Wow, this is really quite incredible. I noticed that they've got a whole lot of pastries here as well, and ice cream. So we've got these amazing macarons, really massive, some really nice cakes, all freshly made, all freshly baked. It's astounding. And then a whole selection of ice cream as well. And then just to finish off, a load of fresh produce from the farms. So we've got lots of different types of mushrooms and tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, fruit. Incredible.